In Vegas, I found out that she'd been cheating on me. It's quite funny.
Girls trip, the girls are either fighting or there's always that one girl that got a boyfriend and wants to cheat.
What percentage cheat on their man when they're on girls trips?
80%.
Why do married women cheat?
Girls' trips are just getaway vacations where women in relationships can just cheat in peace.
You married?
Yes.
You're cheating on your husband?
Yeah, Vegas. It's Vegas, baby. We're both married.
Are you cheating on your husband in Vegas?
We came to and go.
I think you do everything on the trip. And what
Shame is something that's missing in this generation. Cheating on your husband is wrong. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
Dear Oloni, I am sick with guilt. My girls and I, all in relationships, engaged, recently went on a girls' trip to Danky Sound, Ibiza. And all three of us cheated on our men. Personally, I enjoyed every minute of it. My man doesn't really pleasure me sexually, but we are so compatible in every other way. Sex is decent enough, but he's not as adventurous or attentive as I truly desire. This guy I met in Ibiza rocked my world, and I was shivering in an orgasm. Like, I totally forgot sex could feel that good. We've all sworn secrecy with one another. What happens in Ibiza stays in Ibiza, but I'm still texting this guy under a fake name in my phone and I can't help myself. What does this mean for my long-term relationship? I feel so guilty with my man and now he's probably noticing that I've been physically distant. Please help me.
I would have taken it to the grave.
Because there has to be time.
Yeah.
Sex is not the end all or be all in a relationship.
If we're together forever, it is.
It is.
Are we telling her to tell on herself?
No.
Yeah,
I think she hasn't experienced anything that wild. She's just had sex with a different person. Don't destroy your relationship if you are going to be the love of your life or the love of your vagina.
Why the guilt be beating you lot's asses?
Relax.
A bunch of birds sitting in a room. Not a single one of them wants to do the right thing. If she had truly loved that man, she would have sat down and have a conversation with him about their bedroom sessions. And now, since she has cheated, she should honestly go tell that man so that he can find someone who's going to do right in front of him or behind him. These girls' trips are just an escape for all of these women to spread their legs to other guys. They only feel guilty once the deed has been done.
Here are 6 things women do when they're cheating from a woman. She hides her phone screen and turns off notifications. She seems more distant than usual. She puts more effort into her appearance for no apparent reason. She's less intimate and affectionate with you. She picks fights over silly things. She accuses you of cheating.
I'm on a girls trip and my husband calls me every hour. Yeah, I let the dogs out. That's good, baby. Yeah, Hadley peed and pooped. Oh, that's good, baby. Talk to you in a little bit. Okay, love you. Okay, bye, baby. FaceTimes again. Hey, I'm ordering dinner. That's good, baby. Every time. Just keep amping him. That's good, baby. Leave me alone, baby.
If that man is calling that many times, he knows a thing or two. He's just super in love with her and doesn't like when she's out like that, but won't build up the courage to say it. But personally, I would say that man needs to realize that he deserves better and just moves on with his life. If he has to call his woman all the time, it's probably because she gives off reasons not to be trusted.
do girl trips. I love my girlfriends. And I think you do everything on the trip. And whatever you do, you're supposed to keep it on the trip. Like, you don't tell.
Right.
You know, if you got a girlfriend that's going and she's married and she's flirting with other guys, let her do her thing. It's not your business.
Ooh.
Don't you go running and everybody, oh my God, girl, she was talking to everybody and she knows she's married.
Ooh.
No, the girls trip, you're supposed to have an amazing, fun time. And what happens on the trip stays on the trip.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Oh,
I hear that.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Yes, you heard that correctly. This woman said good advice. Instead of holding her accountable for spewing this garbage onto women and telling her what she's saying is wrong, she said good advice. What exactly does that tell you? What kind of woman do you think she is for agreeing with this message? Honestly, these podcast equipments should cost $10,000 each. Instead of promoting healthy relationships, they're doing the opposite.
forwarded to an automated voice messaging.
On a trip, if we're in a relationship, we're good. Even if we flirt with a guy, we're not hooking up with anyone. We're good. We're just there to have a good time with our friends.
Yeah.
Guys, it's a different story.
Girls can be just girls.
Yes.
They don't give a fuck. As long as somebody calls out, you look hot, they're having a blast of a time. But men hate to go out and just be guys.
Like, women are never going to be like, cheat on him. They'll actually tell the guy like she has a boyfriend. Whereas men, I don't know. I don't think they're running to tell another girl.
She really said they'll flirt with other guys, as if that's not cheating too. This is an example of why not everyone should be making a podcast. This is Cap. Girls cheat on girls' trips every day. That's why My Girl in Miami is a stereotype. This is wildly incorrect. Guys are so low maintenance. On my bachelor trip, we went to Miami, got food and played Mario Kart at the Airbnb all day. Don't we just love women telling us what men do? Girls will say they have boyfriends. Yeah, 10 minutes after hooking up. I think what this woman meant to describe is the complete opposite. The difference between the boys on these trips is that the boys can just hang out with the boys having a good time. Women tends to go to the club for validation and compliments, and I don't even think this woman is hearing herself. If you're flirting while you're in a relationship on a girl's trip, it's just simply cheating no matter the intention behind it.
Hey, your biggest secret.
I'm cheating on my boyfriend with like 5 other guys.
I'm confused how he doesn't know.
Because I have a separate account.
Well, why not just break up with your boyfriend?
Hopefully we can make this video viral enough so that this man can see what his girl is doing behind his back.
She obviously doesn't know what love is if she's doing something that she knows would hurt her boyfriend.
What percentage cheat on their man when they're on girls' trips?
80%. Whether 80%, whether it's married, not married, or unmarried, entanglement, situationship, pimping, whatever the fuck, 80%. Every time a bitch go out of town with their friends, they think they could get away with the most, because you're not gonna come back home and tell on your friend. You're not gonna be like, hi, your wife cheated on you with 3 niggas in Miami Beach on spring break.
Lord have mercy. I might just stay single.
Oh, dude, I like this woman. This is factual. So we interviewed someone else. They said 70, but you're saying 80.
80% of women cheat, not 70. That's too less.
That's too low, right?
That's too low. What? 80% of women cheat. The other, they want to stay loyal to their nigga because they got money. That's really what it is. They taken care of. They ain't going 50-50 on no bills. They going 100. That nigga doing everything that he got to do. That's why that hoe not cheating. Bitch gonna come out of town and you paying 50-50 on the bill. That hoe going 50-50 out here too.
They going 50-50 with that pussy, huh?
Oh God, they's not gonna put that bitch on lockdown. They gonna break, bend, and fall.
12 seconds later.
It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game indeed. But this woman is kind of correct with the stats. About 70% of women do have backup partners in 2024, whether they're in a relationship or in marriages. But the truth is, women cheat no matter what, whether you're paying the bills or not. In this generation, it's really important to prioritize yourself first as a man. That's why we have many men who's backing out of dating completely, and some of them are heading overseas and leaving these Western women behind.
Story time. I went on my first girls trip, what I thought was a girls trip. This girl that I've known forever was like, hey, pay for your hotel room, pay for your flight, let's go. Cool, let's do it. I go, fly on a plane, get there. She picks me up in some dude's car. She said there was a friend that was going to be there, but he was just going to kind of, not really be around us a whole lot. Just kind of hang out, say hi. No. She used me as an alibi to cheat on her husband. They shared a room. He was there the entire time. I was the third wheel. It was so awkward. I even said something to her about it, and it just went right over her head. She didn't care. I ended up coming home early. And I told her husband, did I do the right thing? Would you have done that? Did I? I would want someone to tell me. What would you have done?
This woman needs to get new friends. She obviously used her to fulfill her desires. To go to such length to cheat on your husband is just crazy. If you're no longer in love with the person, why not just tell them? What's the point of getting married if cheating is what you're gonna do when you're unhappy? Marriage is a commitment. It's sacrifice. She just threw years down the drain.
Because if one thing me and my partners did, we came to hoe and go. If you just going and not hoeing, hey, baby, you might need to wait for the church retreat. You might not need to come on this trip.
No, you ain't got to hoe. Everybody do what they want to do. I'm pro-choice.
No, because when you're not pro-hoe, you're anti-hoe. I'm sorry. If you're not pro-hoe, you're anti. And you are not welcome up in here. We are supporters of sluts, whores, dick suckers, and all.
And this right here is exactly what they do on these trips. This is why I believe married women shouldn't have single friends who's always planning trips. They shouldn't even be engaging with these types of women because they get them in trouble with their husbands. Even if one of them know that they're in a relationship, they do not hold them accountable for what they're doing. These women look at these trips as way to do whatever they want while their husbands are back home working hard, while they're getting their backs blown out by other dudes. I have to say, I do appreciate her honesty. The way he picked her up was like it was his daughter talking to a boy. Take your stuff and go back home. Take whatever you bought her too and sell it. Leave her there and let her figure out her life from there. Honestly, if you're taking your girl on a trip, why is she not spending time with you and entertaining somebody else?
Girls cheat. Girls trips, for example, crime one. I can't tell you how many times a girl has cheated on her girls trip with me. Miami, you guys see I'm going to Miami a lot. These girls go on girls trip in Miami and they cheat. I don't care what you say. I don't care what your girl tells you. Quick story time. I was in Miami. This girl cheated on her boyfriend with me. I came back. I saw her Instagram, found it, and she was posting pictures with her boyfriend. And then she ended up blocking me because she didn't want me to see that. The point is, I've learned that girls are definitely cheaters and they're opportunists under certain circumstances, and especially with the right guy. And I just so happen to be that right guy a lot of times. So keep that in mind. Take that information however you want. But if your girl's going to Miami and I'm there, chances are you might want to reschedule the trip.
Why am I a whore? Why am I a whore? Why?
So she just openly admitted to cheating. Obviously she's going to get bullied in the comments. I mean, what? Relate? What? Why would you relate to that? That's not something to be proud of. Your star sign. What do you mean you haven't checked?
Just look at these comments. They're just sad. You even had one of these women trying to blame their star sign for cheating when it has nothing to do with it. If you're no longer interested in that person anymore, just let them go.
He's a 10, but he doesn't want you to go on any girls' trips. What's his new rating?
0. Because he's a control freak. I wouldn't date him. That's a negative, Conrad. He's a 10. He has the right to tell me what to do and what not to do. If I'm allowed to go away, then I'm allowed to go away. But if I'm not, then he's still a 10. And I sit at home with him and go out on a couple's trip with him. And no girls trip.
I agree.
Girls trip, the girls are either fighting or there's always that one girl that got a boyfriend and wants to cheat. There's always that one girl where the liquor starts moving and she starts eyeballing you and somehow she's trying to get in your bed.
Why do married women cheat? Here's some of my personal beliefs. Women want to feel desired. They want to feel wanted. They want to be chased. They want a man who lusts over them. What happens in marriage is that women and their husbands come into this very boring routine, right? Where it's like work, go home, take care of the kids, clean, cook. There's nothing sexy about that, right? Then, the partners have intimate moments, but it's not what it used to be when they were out and about. So having that feeling that someone new finds you sexy, someone new finds you attractive, it desires you beyond your daily routines, right? It's why I think that some married women cheat. So how to avoid that? You avoid that by making sure that your spouse always feels like you think she's sexy, that you're always chasing her, that no matter if her hair's up in a bun or, dressed for work, you think that she's the sexiest person alive.
It's true. Many cheat because they want someone different from who they have. Instead of communicating what they want, they just go elsewhere. Some of them also get a thrill trying not to get caught. Or the more wrong it is, the more excited they get. Same goes with men. Men want to be chased also. The wife needs to do her homework as well. I did everything I could when I was married. I only needed my wife, no one else. But that wasn't enough. After 23 years, she wanted to be single. There is absolutely no excuse for that kind of behavior. Many people forget that marriages isn't solely about them, it's also about their spouse. They're so focused on themselves and forget that they've made a commitment to someone else. It's really their selfishness and self-centered character that kills the marriage. When the marriage is progressing, adaptation is required. Because at some point, you're going to have kids and things are going to change. The routine won't be the same. The free time you once had won't be the same anymore. Even in most cases where the man is initiating, the woman denies him access. So both parties needs to feel wanted and loved by the other. Marriage isn't a one-way street. It takes work.
Your girl tell you she going to Jamaica. What are you thinking?
Yeah, immediately. As soon as she touched down.
So you're not bringing him?
Nah. Girl trip to Jamaica.
Yeah,
that's how to cut. That's how to
cut that out.
Girl trip to where?
Jamaica.
She need to take a girl trip to fucking Lakewood.
Your girl tell you she going to Jamaica. What are you thinking?
I agree.
You married?
Yes.
You're cheating on your husband?
Yeah, Vegas. It's Vegas, baby. We're both married.
Are you cheating on your husband in Vegas?
Absolutely not.
Just her?
Maybe.
Is she?
She's cheating on her husband in Vegas.
Wow. Facts. How many times you cheating on your husband?
You right now. Yeah, you are kind of hot. You are,
You got a ring on your finger, though.
You did good. Look, who wants a man with no money? Nobody. Find a man with money.
Before putting a ring on it, guys, you really have to study your woman. Especially today in the dating world, the options you have to choose from is just so risky. That's honestly why most men have backed away from dating.
Oh, you gotta watch this.
I remember back in November, I was with my boyfriend at the time, my now ex, and I told him, I'm like, my best friend is planning to move to Italy sometime this summer, and whenever she does, I want to go with her and spend 3 weeks with her and help her get acclimated and everything. And he immediately said, if you do that, I'm breaking up with you. No thought. And honestly, I did not care because my mind was set on going to Italy. When am I going to be 22 again? No kids. And I was like, my response was, okay, I guess I'll be single then.
We got to think of today's world where relationships are a bit more complicated than they were back in the day. We always hear about these infamous girls' trips go wrong. On one hand, yes, nobody should be controlling your life. Nobody should be controlling your decisions. She's 22, right? But on the other hand, like stated before, there's a reason why her boyfriend is skeptical about this 3-week trip to Italy. Let's continue.
The amount of opportunities I have missed out on from having a boyfriend is insane. And at that point, I was done. Did not give one. And I just came back from the 3-week trip in Italy. I'm so thankful that I was able to do that. And there was a lot of other trips that were had that I would have gotten an earful about if I was still with him.
An earful, so she admitted to doing some things that her boyfriend would be highly upset about. Leaves me wondering if the things he was afraid of was valid.
And those trips were literally the highlights of my life. And I almost got like emotional while I was in Italy because like I have missed out on so many opportunities. I'm just now starting to live my life. A lot of you guys know that. I might be going a little crazy. I don't know. But all I know is I'm so happy and I'm so content with my life right now. I'm happy every day, even when I'm having a bad day. Just stop saying no to opportunities over a man, because I promise you, if he was really meant for you, he would be like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You need to do this. I will literally buy my ticket and go with you. That's what my ex should have said. Oh yeah, Isabella, we'll work this out. I'll buy my ticket. I'll visit you for at least a week, blah, blah, blah. We could have worked it out, but I'm glad it didn't work out.
I mean, could she not have offered him to come down there for a week with her? Did she really want him going on that trip? She just said she's been missing out on so much by being in a relationship, right? What is it exactly is she missing out on? Now, I don't know if he's being controlling or not, but he's obviously concerned. Is he concerned for the right reasons? If a person has concerns, it's worth talking about it. Maybe you can find a compromise that works for both of you. If you can't come to an agreement or see eye to eye, then that's when you can say, hey, maybe this relationship just isn't working. Was she right in choosing her trip over her relationship? Or did her boyfriend have a valid point? Because she seemed like she was missing out on something. If you still feel like you're missing out on something, then you don't need to be in a relationship. Let him find someone who's ready to settle down, and hopefully you find somebody in the future who's ready to settle down with you after you finish living life. So was this really about controlling someone's freedom or trying to protect the relationship? Drop your comments. Let me know what you think.
It's really simple. This woman just wasn't ready for a relationship, or she was just looking for a reason to leave this man to roam the streets again. A couple years from now, when she's unable to find a husband, I wonder what's gonna be her excuses. Because this man could have been a great candidate, but she threw that away just to go on a trip for 3 weeks. Just hearing her story, I say that man made the right decision in leaving this woman, and a 3-week trip should be for women who are single, not for women in marriages or women in relationships. A lot of women in the comments are calling this man insecure and controlling, but I just see them as boundaries. In a serious relationship, there's just some things you don't do, not because you can't, but because you have respect for the person that you're with. What she really did was messed up her opportunity to be with a good man and a good husband.
In Vegas, I found out that she'd been cheating on me. It's quite funny.
Depressing but funny.
Yeah, it's funny. So she'd been using my phone. Hi, if you're watching this, because she's in her 20s. She had like issues with her SIM card, and she'd forgot to log out of her Snapchat. And I just woke up at like 6:30 to like a notification. I was like, just gonna swipe it, and there's just a dick pic. I was like, oh, that's not me. So that's like definitely not me. I was I obviously screenshot it, but I forgot.
Obviously screenshot it.
So I can like send it, and like it obviously notified him that
you'd taken a screenshot.
I'd taken a screenshot, like rookie error, called the hotel room because I think they had been speaking when I'd gone out or something.
He called the hotel from the UK?
This guy said that he was trying to call because something had happened to her mum. So it's like, okay, hi Mary.
Oh, so he's really in with her family. Like, so this is second boyfriend territory.
Do you know what else they do? When she's telling you she's going on a girls' night out, what she'll do is she'll meet up with her girls. They'll take pictures together, or they'll do boomerangs, or they'll put it on their Snap story. But then she'll go and stay the whole night or stay part of the night with a whole nother man.
So special.
Have a good day, y'all.
You heard it here first, fellas. If your woman is having one of those so-called girls' night out, you know what to watch out for. These things don't really make sense to me. To willingly date someone, making them think you guys are together for real, and then go behind their backs to do them wrong.
Can your girlfriend go on girls' trips?
No way. Why is your girlfriend gotta go on trips alone? But it also depends on where it is. Like if it's in Miami, absolutely not. Some farm in Italy and she's got like 4 of her close friends, sure. If you're going to like Miami, Punta Cana, that's where hoes go. I'm good. Not my girl.
Can you go on boys' trips?
Of course.
I just seen the research today, some additional research
research came out that said 54% of women cheat because they're unhappy. And I just want to point on that unhappiness that leads to women cheating, and then essentially women cheat to get out of relationships. That just speaks to how unstable that marriages typically are and how they operate on a woman's emotions, because women initiate divorce at a higher rate than men do. So that commitment that's made for sickness and in health till death do us part, that commitment is supposed to be honored. So when a woman feels that she doesn't love her husband anymore, or she's bored, or whatever the case may be, those principles are supposed to stand. Those pillars of those principles are supposed to stand. She's supposed to fight through that. A lot of people don't know how to properly vet. I just seen.
Hey, my friend Jessica, the wild one, wants to do a little girls trip, but don't worry, it'll be chill. Love you. So, change of plans. We are now going to Cabo, but don't worry, it is just gonna be us girls. Love you. Ugh, okay, so apparently Jessica was talking to Sarah, who said it was totally effed that her guy best friend wasn't invited, so now he is coming with all his buddies, and the worst part is one of them is my ex. Yeah, baby arm. So, yeah, I'm not even sure I'm gonna go anymore. Ugh, so now Sarah got us upgraded to a suite. It just feels like it's gonna be such a fun trip.
Babe, you should go.
Okay, but I'll be good. I promise I won't even drink. I love you. I'm just having one glass of wine before the flight to calm my nerves. Love you.
Babe, I'm so sorry. I can't hear you. I gotta go. Bye.
Maybe there's something I need to tell you.
They don't confess. You have to catch them. I promise I won't even drink is such a red flag. Like, why would that matter? If your woman goes away on a girls' weekend, she's f***ing somebody that's not you. As soon as she says girls' trip. Walk to bedroom, get her bags, pack her shit, set it outside. One of my exes had a girls' night out and literally came back to my front door with the guy. Kicked her out. She's now f***ed. Well, obviously the husband is doormat simp, so he deserves whatever happens on the trip because he is pathetic. If your woman keeps pestering you about going to a trip in a similar matter to this, then I would suggest you start packing her things up. It's called a girls' trip for a reason, and everything that happens on the trip stays on the trip. I think it's really disgusting to betray someone's trust when they allow you to go have a good time by yourself in another country. How would you even look that person in the eye after? But men are understanding the game now. As soon as she says girls' trips, you got to show her the door.
The moment you think about going on a trip without me, it's over. You're gonna come home and I'm not gonna be there.
Now, what if they asked you if they could go?
I'm gonna be emotionally calm and I'm gonna say, absolutely not.
I just wanna have my baby.
She thought she was slick and tried sneaking on vacation with her boyfriend's little brother.
What the f*** you doing here? Who the f*** is
Then you got cameras and shit. What is wrong?
Yo, man, what the f*** you doing up here with this?
One that's going to piss some people off. Let's do this. Let's say your girlfriend comes to me and she's like, hey, babe, I want to go on a girls trip. No. Why would I put my girl in a club somewhere all dolled up in a dress and high heels with a bunch of other single women so guys can come hit on her? You got a problem with that, right? It's not distrust. It's not insecurity. It's just a foolish move. Why wouldn't you protect her from that circumstance? Doesn't she want to know that you're territorial over her and you would want to protect that at all rights? Don't women deeply, deeply want you to feel for them in that way?
Any woman that's got a problem with that is planning to cheat or is already cheating on you. Single women keep women single, and it has been proven multiple times. The friends that your wife or girlfriend hangs with is very important to know, because they will tell you a lot about your woman.